See, Walmart doesn't provide perfect service. In fact, Walmart service is horrible, but people still shop there. Target, all of these brand name stores. The Hispanics still support the Hispanic even though the service ain't great. The Asians still support the Asians even though the service might be not great. Because they understand that money stays in their community. And if that money stays in their community, that money can benefit everyone. So by saying don't support black businesses, that's like saying don't support the black community. Let the black community fall. Go out and support Target over your brother down the street. Go support the Arab instead of go to your brother's store. So, and we'll always be in the condition we're in. Yeah, we could get better service. We could do other things to upgrade our businesses, but we should always support our business based on the fact that we're black. Because everyone else does it, and I didn't hear you say one thing about anyone else doing it. So when they stop doing it, I'll stop doing it.
Black Twitter and a lot of black people are angry at Wallo because Wallo was at some type of convention where he was helping small black businesses, teaching them how to get themselves off the ground. And he said some very polarizing things about the black community. He said some things that we all say at times, but I think that people was more mad at his delivery. They was mad at the cussing and all these different things. And they were saying, Wallo, we watched you come out of jail. We supported you. You said don't support black business, but you was the black business. And we supported you, Wallo. We was with you the whole time, right? So a lot of people was mad. And I didn't like the way he was speaking with all the cuss words, but I understood the context of what he was trying to say. Now, a lot of people, the funny thing is, I've been on social media a long time. A lot of people, everything that he said, everything that he said, they say the same thing at times about black businesses and about the way that we operate at times with our attitudes. I'm black. I understand, right? But I think his delivery overshadowed his message, right? So you saw the brother, he was very upset. But then he got into the crosshairs of Tasha K. Tasha K heard this, and she jumped into the fray and said, wait a minute, she some things she agreed with, but then she disagreed when he started saying he's the #1 person in the world and all these different things. I think, she was saying that some of the stuff is starting to go to his head. So Tasha K, she took to social media and to speak on this, and she said this.
Wallo. It's too early in the day for this. All right, so Wallo out here, and y'all dragging Wallo, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of agree with what he's saying. Wallo, go.
Us, oh, I'm black. No black people, nobody got that. Kill it. Either you got a good business or you don't. All that don't nobody want to hear that. That's a hustle. Support me because I got a black business. Is your restaurant clean? Is the food good? Do you got consistent cooks? Is the material? Stop doing that. Oh, you support the white people? No, I support consistency, baby. Yeah. What fella you is? I'm gonna spend my money. That paper, I'm gonna spend them there. I'm spending that. Grab his Porsche, Ferrari, I'm gonna do what you while I'm here. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, I ain't gonna be finessed off. But one thing about it, 70% is not going to make it. I'm not no mother. I'm the number. You know why? Y'all seen me come out of the penitentiary. I make millions, and I make millionaires, baby. You understand me?
Was he talking to people in jail? Was that a jailhouse? I was with him for like the first minute, and then when he started saying 78% of y'all ain't gonna make it, when you truly look statistically at like African Americans, about 60 to 70% of our, even African Americans as well as Africans are entrepreneurs. So not everybody wants to be a millionaire, first of all. But I do agree that, just because you're a black business doesn't mean you earn my business. You got to give good business. I'm not going to just give my money to anybody. But for him to compare black businesses to, if I want to buy a Ferrari or a Porsche, first of all, do we have any black-owned car makers? Jasmine, do you know a black-owned car maker?
Not off the top.
If we had succeeded and united the African countries as one nation, my husband was talking about that the other night, I think we would have had our own African airlines. And, I'm talking about where we're actually making the aircrafts and African cars. But, because they didn't want him, uniting the African nations as as one nation, but different states, as the Americas are, and Canada is, as the UK is, as China is, as, because that would have made Africa, have their one solid army and technology. That would have really put them above the game. And then, white folks wouldn't be over there extracting, minerals to build their Teslas and cars and things like that. But they don't leave money for the Africans over there, because guess what? All the African countries are divided because they have their own presidents instead of one president in governments. Yeah. But Wallo, if you're such a millionaire, while I do agree that Black folks do have to have the same standards as other businesses and give good businesses, they have to run good businesses. Customer service is my standard. I think there was a way that if you're a motivational speaker, you could have did that in a better way by, pointing out some of the things that they do, instead of you trying to defend why you spend your money with white-owned corporations, instead of you being a millionaire and starting your own car company. I'm just sorry. Hate it when they do that. Like, you can go buy a black car anywhere. I'm going to buy a Porsche. I'm going to buy a Ferrari and a Bentley. Y'all don't tell me what to do with my money. And Black people always step up your game. Why don't you help invest in the first black car? I think it's going to be my son, though, to be honest with you. Yeah, we're moving in that direction. The little boy started putting together toy cars from scratch when he couldn't even talk, before he was 1. I'm looking at his engineering and physics, and that's how we're watching him over in Africa right now. And then that I don't take care of, even though he's in a private school. And he speaks 5 languages, and, just watching him dominate and learn critical thinking early and, be pushed in tech areas. Yeah. He is the type of mother that's going to put her money where her mouth is and help him to start his first Black-owned, African-owned car. And let's hope Africa gets behind him to support an African-made car with African engineers. Wallo. Oh, God.
So Wallo's going viral right now, man, for telling his people, man, the Black community, that don't nobody give a F, about your Black business. Like, nobody cares if it's a Black business. Is it a good business or is it a bad business, right? That's what he led with, right? Which is something that's really common sense. Everybody already knew that, you know what I'm saying? But there is a percentage of his community that feels like that's a flex, right? So he's letting you know, like, no, don't do that. It does not matter, man. Is it good or bad? That's it. That's the only thing people are going to care about, right? And oh, man, people are already talking shit about bro, people already started coming for him, bro. Yeah, see, bro, this is why I do. A lot of Black people, when they make it, bro, to a certain level, they be like, yeah, I'm out, man. I'm not dealing with them people, man. There's no fixing them, bro. There's no helping them. Because this dude is literally telling you what every race already knows, bro. But they over here coming at him, talking negative about the dude, bro, for literally trying to put them on real game. I mean, his podcast is called $100 million worth of game, but he's giving it to y'all for free 99 on the internet, man. And they coming for this dude, bro. I'm telling you, you can't work with certain people, man. There's certain people that you just cannot help, man. But hopefully the message reaches the right people, bro. But that's crazy, bro. It's actually pretty funny if you really think about it.
Now, I will say this in closing, because like he said, are you consistent? Is your store clean? Right? Do you have consistent workers? He started to name all those things that we say in the community, right? And I often say that we got to start raising the bar. Our expectations have to be higher. When you start to move around the world outside of the communities that you were raised in, and you see other groups, we got to understand, in order for us to compete, we have to get our mind together. So we talk about FBA. I often say FBA is just not a slogan that you just say. It's a lifestyle that you live. You have to treat each other right. You have to work together right. You have to start implementing what Dr. Amos Wilson taught us. The blueprint to Black economics, right? Dr. Claude Anderson. We have to start exercising those things. And in order to exercise those things, we have to get along. We have to love each other, love on each other, support each other. We have to do all of these different things, right? And in doing so, we have to have consistency, right? Because the one thing that Wallo said, we often say in the community all the time, one thing about us, though, we don't like to be told nothing about ourselves. Now, his delivery sucked, but was he all the way wrong in everything that he said? No. Because he didn't say don't completely. Not support black business, right? He said he won't spend his money where the consistency are. Well, we got to start raising the bar, man, on how we do things. Now, there was things that I did disagree with at times. I did, right? But the overall message, I understood what he was trying to say. The message he was trying to convey. I'm not a hypocrite because we say the same things at times when it comes to the way we operate and the way we deal with each other in business. We say the same thing. I hear hairstylists, barbers, all kinds of the way that we operate at times. And we got to do better. We got to do better. So I'm going to cut this video short here, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And don't get me wrong, we got some great black professional businesses. I live in Philadelphia. There's some great businesses starting to spring up all over the city. And I support them all, right? I support them all. But we still have to do better as a people. So remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.